Oh. Okay.
Am I overcomplicating this? I'm overcomplicating this.
Probably. Belt of Radiance. Beautiful crafted armor and the Barons of Alfheim. Okay. Almost missed that. When you put collectibles inside the goddamn Hooten, it's hard to remember to get them after I get getting my ass kicked. Look here. Like, it's a lot shorter than it was before. The death of our ignorance. So much of who we are is lost. Not just this desiccated Leviathan, nor its ilk, but the very identity of this creature is knowledge forgotten. Was it a predator? A wraith of the barons to be feared and avoided? Or perhaps a gentle behemoth, tamed by the pre-division elves and farmed for meat? The answer is a grain of sand in a desert of our ignorance. Our history remains buried beneath generations of dead elves. Should another manage to rise above our malignant dogma and search for answers, let these bones serve as a warning. If nothing changes, we will remain forgotten.
Is that necessarily a bad thing?
My response to that is, there's a lot of people I say like you who are like, you know, are okay with like the world burning and like everything being forgotten. But there's a lot of people who realize like even the bad needs to be remembered, because if you forget where you came from, you are doomed to repeat the past.
I'd almost argue that the bad are the most important things to remember.
Yeah, in most cases. I mean, there's a difference between remembering it and then there's
something I'm not sure I
glorifying it.
In the Ragnarok prophecy Odin knows, all the realms get destroyed, including Asgard. In the version Groa kept secret, Asgard still falls. Wouldn't Odin have tried to prevent it either way? What difference did her lie really make?
Enough.
Undercraft runic attacks to gain an edge in combat.
I don't know why I tried to do that so far away.
The soldiers we fought in Svartalfheim, those were Einherjar? I thought Einherjar were just spirits in Valhalla until Ragnarok comes.
They were no spirits.
Indeed, brother. Odin appears to have found a loophole. Activated his forces early as a standing army. Perhaps something he could only do without any honest Valkyries around to stand in his way.
Oh. You hit the wrong button. Yeah.
That would explain quite a bit. Do what you must.
Are you shitting me? What the fuck?
I didn't think so.
How? It's on top of it. It's up there. What? What the? I think this is the place we were at earlier. Yeah. I'm not gonna spend too much time here. Oh.
Oh my god, it hit so hard.
Oh. All right, ladies and gentlebones, let's get back on the.
Come on, brother. Let's have it. You mentioned you had a favorite poem from your homeland. What was it about?
A cunning general. A war overfolded in love.
I believe I've heard of this one. Did it involve a horse that was not as it appeared?
Yes.
Could you
But
move?
that's not what happened.
Thank you.
Oh, it's based on truth then. And you were there.
Yes. I wrote the poem.
Looks like a lot of the sand is cleared up. But there's another storm out that way. You think that means...
Another half-goofer.
That was the most
Oh,
overly complicated shit. No. Nope.
I'm
The
getting.
chisel will not open this.
Did the lighthouse put this lock here? Why would they care what happens in the Barrens?
A fair question. But until we find the right key, that poor half-goofer will have to continue its solo act. Atreus, I've been considering your question about whether Groa's deception made a difference.
Hold. We will finish later.
It also kind of bothers me that the elves, when you knock them off, they die.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because they fly.
Yeah.
Why I appreciate it for like gameplay reasons.
Oh, I can just come up here. Well, that helps a lot. The logic of it is lost on you. I get it.
I think you just said something to me, but I did not hear what you said.
The logic of it is lost on you.
And no, not that. Something Tyr said. Oh, okay. Why doesn't Tyr do it? Is Kratos stronger than Tyr?
Pound for pound, probably. But like I think
You ever think of cooking meat with those blades of yours?
No. They would foul the meat.
Oh, because of the magic on them?
The blood.
Ah, yes. Carry on then.
well I just got the cooking meat on the blade bit. The blood.
Atreus, I've been considering your question about whether Groa's deception made a difference.
It's bigger on the
This
inside.
way. When it comes to subverting prophecy, knowledge
I've never
is
heard
power.
that before.
Without the full picture and context, the finer details can lead you to tragically
Okay,
incorrect
there's one.
interpretations. Back in my homeland, I was privy to the operations of a certain coven of heath witches who were keen on destabilizing the government. They picked an influential Thane, an otherwise loyal man, and fed him a story of his own ascension to king. They dressed it up in enough details they knew would come to pass, so when they did, the Thane took it as confirmation. Next thing you know, he's helping matters along. He murders his king, sleeping under his own roof. Murders many he once called friends, too, thinking them fated to oppose him. Then, for a finishing touch, the witches revisit this usurper. With just a few details structured ever so misleadingly, they convinced the fool he was invulnerable to all threats.
Physical or magical?
Aye, but 'twas not so for him. All turned into a rather magnificent bloodbath as they go. The Thane ends
don't
up without
feel
his
like you're
head
working
and
the way you're
names so
supposed to.
cursed, none dare speak it. All thanks to a subtly deceptive prophecy.
You've really got to write these stories down one day, Mimir.
Well, I try. Jaw tends to get sore, but thank you, lad.
Because he's having I don't think Atreus thought it through. I think that's what we
Mimir,
in.
I know this sounds weird, but can you tell me again what happens when someone dies?
Every living thing has a soul, and every soul has 4 parts. Form, mind, direction, and luck. Direction steers the souls of giants, dwarves, elves, and animals toward the Lake of Souls in Alfheim. But all the parts may be absorbed back into Alfheim's great light.
So that's where Fenrir is? The Lake of Souls?
So long as the soul still has its direction, aye, it's well on its way.
I found 2 of them. Wait, no, that's one.
Because I mean, we're gonna have to come back out here at some point, but.
I'd love to. But this is quick. Seriously, Tyr just does not have the enthusiasm. I don't know, like these guys.
Yeah, like some puzzles I look at them and I immediately understand what I'm supposed to do. And then other ones be like way simpler than those.
I can play beautifully, you know.
I do not. And would
I
prefer
mean,
to
half the
remain
time
that
it's just
way.
overthinking. At least in my experience.
A miniature harp, unplayable of course, likely meant to reflect Freyr's musical skill. It is said that With a stringed instrument in his hand and a song on his lips, there was nothing he couldn't accomplish. No virgin too chaste, no warrior too wrathful. I'd like to imagine Freya was smart enough to not resort to song and dance when it came to brokering peace between the elves. That's what I'd like to imagine anyway. Alright, I think we are good to head back toward our main objective. Unless there's something out here that... Yeah. Yeah, we're good to go. Ladies and gentle snatches.
Oh, I gotta remember to ask Tyr about his travels to the lands beyond the seas.
You wish to travel the world?
I don't know. Maybe. See new places. Find out more about myself.
Stop.
I could angle that. Thank you.
You collected Kvasir's stories? Give them here. Huge fan.
Kvasir. That's what it is.
Surprised to see you
Kvasir.
out here, Sindri. You must hate the sand.
Oh, it is the worst. But with Brock banned from Alfheim, it's up to me to keep you ship-shape and sharp.
So why is Brock banned from Alfheim?
This
Oh,
hasn't given
that's,
me experience, so I know they're
I don't know
all
if-
dead yet.
Well, do you know what a juicy Noken is?
No.
Well, thanks to Brock, the elves sure do.
What is a
Here
juicy...
actually
No.
hit somebody. I didn't know he actually did take.
No. So apparently, Kratos does feel the need to like father Atreus a bit.
What do you mean?
There was a moment where I just had this moment with Sindri, where he asked me where Atreus. Basically, there was probably something dirty that Atreus was about to ask him, and Kratos was just like, no.
No. Get up.
Get up, brother. Get up off of the floor.
Well,
The
I hope
floor.
Tyr's had enough time to find its equilibrium, or whatever.
Indeed. I saw flashes
That's
of the
the
old God of
caboose.
War in him, but they were fleeting.
It's
There
weird
is
hearing them
nothing
say
wrong
God of
with
War
opposing
inside God of War.
Nor opposing prophecy.
I suppose that's fair.
God of
I can't be
War.
quite sure what the Giants meant by any of it.
Am I the only one that remembers they
This is
predicted
a
our
factual statement. I
entire
am a
journey to
God of War.
Jotunheim? If the Giants saw Tyr
Kratos
leading
was a
armies
God
at
of War.
Ragnarok,
Tyr is a God
and I
of War.
believe them.
The question is how you'll ever make Tyr believe it.
The important distinction, I feel.
Neither of them are gods of war anymore.
Is there someone else who's the
I
God of
will
War
speak with you.
in this particular scenario? Because unless someone else took the mantle, I don't really think like
Speak.
If you are
saying
ever
he's
in
not
need of my
anymore is
services
fair.
and I am not present, I have installed these handy chimes for you to notify me. Simply throw your axe and strike the chimes, and I will attend to your needs. Would you care to take a practice throw? A magnificent throw, Master Kratos. Truly a seasoned pro. Very well. You know how to reach me now. Well then, what else, friends?
I have a question.
Splendid! I delight in offering my tutelage to the inquisitive.
Over the ledge, by the gateway over there. I noticed these dragons.
Dragons? Oh no, young Master Atreus. Those are leaned worms, the brood of Neithog.
Neithog? That's the mother?
Correct. She's also a vital piece of the Yggdrasilian circle of life, as it were. I tend the branches up here, while Neithog chews the roots from below to prevent overgrowth. A delicate balance.
So they're friendly?
Well, they're not nearly so affable as myself, but there's no reason to expect hostility so long as they're left in peace. Neithog is a stern matriarch, as protective of her offspring as she is determined to teach them proper discipline.
That sounds...
Familiar.
Until we meet again.
Do you not understand when a conversation is over?
You are just the rudest squirrel. All right, we're gonna catch this cutscene, and that'll be it.
Ah, glad to see you back, young one. Come help me, won't you?
Oh, sure.
We can eat whenever you like, Kratos. The stew will only improve with time.
Glad you're in a better mood.
Yes. I was a little overwhelmed before. Forgive me. It's funny. Nothing seems to settle my mind quite like cooking. Being locked up for so long, you forget how much joy lives in the little things.
I lied. No cutscene. All right, guys. Mark. Words.
Samurai are just the worst.
Is this current mental sensation based on what you're currently dealing with?
Partially.
So is that to say that if you weren't being beaten up by samurai
Men,
you wouldn't feel this way?
probably not nearly as much, though.
Okay. Well, y'all heard the man. Get out.